What up YouTube, we are back, another movie review here. This is Day Shift. This is a new film on Netflix that you can watch right now, and it features this guy here. We've got a cast of Jamie Foxx, who stars as Bud Jablonski, Dave Franco, who's James Franco's brother, who's Seth. You got a last name here. You've got Carla Souza, who is Aubrey in this particular thing. You've also got Snoop Dogg, who's Big John, Megan Good, and she's the wife of Bud over here, and you've got a couple of other sort of stars in here as well. This guy here, Scott Adkins, sick. One of the best parts of the film. This guy is in with his brother. He stars in the brother. Yeah. So basically, if you don't know what it's about this guy who's basically he's got a shitty ass situation. So basically, he is in fact a vampire hunter. Okay. Blue collar guy who just wants a good life for his 8-year-old daughter, and in this San Fernando Valley by a pool cleaning job, but the pool cleaning job is basically a front. His real source of income is hunting and killing vampires. So it starts off with him basically going into a place, and essentially they kill vampires and we harvest their teeth. I would have thought that if they staked the vampire would have like incinerated, but in fact in this one they don't. So they kill the vampire by whatever means, shape or form, and again, once they kill the vampire is dead. I believe you either decapitate the vampire or you do something. Basically, I'm not sure exactly how the entire slaying the vampire works, stake to the heart or something, but basically they establish there's different forms or different types of vampires. Some vampires, if you decapitate them, they're still able to, let's say, move around with their limbs and regenerate the limbs, like very similar to like Blade and Kiefer Sutherland, when he gets like cut by the sword and he's able to, like, his blood is able to reattach his limbs or some shit like that. So basically they establish that if you're side by an elder vampire or like an uber vampire or uber vamp, then obviously you have that sort of you have that sort of special ability. But anyway, let's talk more about this film anyway. So basically he goes into a place to slay some vampires, kill some vampires using his particular form of skills: guns, weapons, swords, knives, whatever the case may be, and steel wire. And he does his thing of killing said vampires, and he takes out their teeth. But in fact, he's killed the wrong vampire, because in fact the big uber vampire, which is Aubrey in this sense, played by Carla Souza, her relative in fact is this vampire that he's killed, and there's an entire sort of hunt that happens. So she puts a bounty on his head. She says, I want this guy dead, and go after him. But anyway, let's click on the little photos here as well. So this is one of the best parts of the film. So this guy is Bud. So basically Jamie Foxx is fucked around too much. He's basically in like broken a lot of rules, and they've said, well, you're outside the academy, we're not going to this institution, this place where vampire hunters gather, and this corporation that they've got, which is well, he's out. He's no longer a sanctioned vampire hunter, so he's unsanctioned. So he has to go to his friend, who basically he'll sell his teeth to as well. This is one of the better scenes in the thing. So this guy Dave Franco, he's one of the subordinates for this particular organization, and he basically has to tag around with Bud to make sure that Jamie Foxx doesn't breach any more sort of or done any more violation. Otherwise, he's back out and he's no longer part of this organization. So this is his last chance. But yeah, he has to resort to selling teeth to this guy here. So this guy here is Peter Stormare. You might have seen this guy in a lot of sort of shows. I mean, he's like the typical sort of like mercenary. What is he in? What's that show called again? What was he in? Blacklist. This guy was Berlin, I think he was. But yeah, he plays that sort of like that Lord of War, that guy that basically does his deed with, like, he's in American Gods as well. He does the same sort of thing as, I think, what is he, Odin or Thor or something. But yeah, this is the Uber vamp, and she's basically buying up properties in the San Fernando Valley and basically monopolizing on what's going on there as well. And then you've got Snoop Dogg in the film as well, which is funny to see Snoop Dogg, because I didn't think he's going to be in the film. I just played this by random. But yeah, he's Big John, and you see him with that sort of little, that not a little but quite a sick machine gun thing. But yeah, I enjoyed the film, to be honest. It was a fun film. It's worth a watch. Not the best film in the world, but this is one of the best parts. These guys kicked fucking ass. I want to see more of this. I want to see a film with just these two brothers just killing vampires. The martial arts, the moves, the equipment, the guns, that was sick. The ending sort of did get me, so spoiler alert, Ubervamp is killed by steel wire. Her head's decapitated, but unfortunately I didn't see her head regenerate, even though Dave Franco's head regenerates, which is kind of strange. But yeah, this is one of the subordinates of the Ubervamp. He gets killed as well. It's really it. I mean, rating wise, let's just cut to the chase. I would say this I'll give it like a 6. It was a 6. I want to give it a 6, above average. You know what? I'll give it a 7. It deserves a 7. It's a good film because I want to see more like this. I mean, vamps, the typical whole sort of thing. I mean, they have the same sort of stereotype, you know, where if you see the vampire in the mirror, you can't see their reflection, so that's established. Other vampire lore sort of stuff as well, they've established there's different types of vampires. Different vampires have different abilities and stuff as well. Some are able to, they also manufacture in some screen as well, so they're able to walk around in the sun. The whole angle with his family, this I didn't really enjoy it. The society, the group that he's actually part of, that is these vampire hunters as well, it was hit and miss. It wasn't the best, I would say. You know, I would have hoped that they would have done some sort of thing which linked with the society and maybe not been so cheesy, because it was just very cheesy. That put me off. The action was great. This whole thing where Dave Franco becomes a vampire as well, so he becomes a vampire. He's turned, and his head severed, and he's able to join his head back on. And then this entire thing where he's still a hunter, but then he doesn't need blood, and he has his involuntary sort of stuff. In fact, who beheads him is actually Bud himself, and he finds out. And this chick here as well, who's meant to be another vampire, who becomes like a vampire hunter as well, Natasha here as well. That angle put me off. I would have hoped that it would have been like a lone gun sort of situation. But yeah, the scene with the brothers taking down that entire nest of vamps, that was sick. This best action part of the entire film. But yeah, that was that. This is the and in the end as well, the whole thing with Snoop Dogg, you know, he commits suicide, but in fact he's still alive. That I would have hoped that he did just put out Snoop Dogg there and would have just ended there, but I guess they didn't. This guy pissed me off. Didn't like this acting from this guy. He's meant to be some head honcho of this organization. He's meant to be in charge. Just a prick, just all round prick. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of photos to go through here as well. So you guys can go on IMDb, check out what's going on here with little photos and stuff as well. Apparently, I'm in the market for a 145 Hyundai pressure washer for £600. But anyway, I want to be checking that out apparently. But yeah, this has been Ace. Hope you enjoyed the little movie review for Day Shift, and tell me what you think. If you've seen this film, do you like it? What do you think? Do you think it deserves? Do you agree with my thoughts? Do you think that we should see a film with just the brothers? That would be sick. But yeah, this has been Ace. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Ace out.